Welcome to Joffy Noodle Legs and the Horror House.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another film review. Tonight we're looking at a classic horror film from America, and it's called The House of Wax, starring Vincent Price. Now this edition is released by HMV's Premium Collection. It comes with a Blu-ray. It comes with a DVD, and it comes with a small little set of art cards and a slipcase. So let's have a look at any special features that may be on the disc. So this is the main menu for House of Wax. We'll have a look to see if there's any special features on here. We have a commentary. We have behind the scenes House of Wax, unlike anything you've seen before. Beyond the scenes, round the clock premiere, Coast House of Wax. Theatrical trailer and another film, Mystery of the Wax Museum. So that is the bonus features on the House of Wax. So not bad really, is it? As an extra feature on this disc, we have another movie called Mysteries of the Wax Museum. Now, in HMV, they do that on its own in a premium collection. So if you're thinking of buying that film, Mystery of the Wax Museum, don't buy this, because it's got it with it. It's got a free movie with it. So you've got two movies on there. This is House of Wax 3D. So let's have a little look at the story. So this is based on the classic sort of House of Wax story. Vincent Price plays this artist who is like a fantastic sculptor, and he and his business partner, who at the beginning we see approaching the Wax Museum, his partner's had enough because it's not really making any money, and he wants to sell his share of his partnership with Vincent Price, simply because he wants to use that money on another project. Vincent Price has been contacted by this sort of like art critic who's coming to visit him at his museum to show him his works, to see if he can get him to invest so he can buy out the partner. So the guy turns up and he loves his work. There's all sorts of famous sort of waxes in his wax museum. We've got Marie Antoinette, which is his favourite piece, and we have Joan of Arc, we have Abraham Lincoln, we have all these famous sort of people in there, and the critique is very impressed by his work and is quite happy to do some talk with him about starting a business, buying shares into his business. But he's going away for 3 months and he's going to do it when he gets back. Now, Vincent Price's business partner is too impatient and cannot wait those 3 months. He says he needs the money now, or he's not going to be able to do this other venture. And he says, well, what we could do, we could burn down this wax House of Wax, and then we can claim the insurance. We'll get 25,000 each. Obviously, Vincent Price, he doesn't want to do this because he believes his characters are real. They talk to him, sort of thing, and he doesn't want to do it. But then the guy starts setting fire to all the sort of wax things in his museum. So then a big fight sort of breaks out between them both. And Vincent Price's business partner gets the better of him and knocks him out, and he's laying on the fire whilst all these waxes are starting to melt and sort of burn. It's really quite cool. And then the guy runs out of the building and runs away, leaving Vincent Price in there. Vincent Price wakes up but doesn't want to leave his wax figurines because he loves them, especially his Antoinette one. He's his favourite one. And then obviously the fire brigade and the police arrive, and we sort of then appear to be in the future, and Vincent Price's character supposedly dead. But there is this burnt, almost creature-like man now roaming the streets like a giallo killer with a black cap on and black gloves, and he's seeking out his revenge on this business partner of his. And so he sorts his revenge out, and he kills him and his lover, this young girl. He kills them both, and he steals the body of his partner's young lover because he wants him. And then he pursues another young woman who managed to escape him, and he pursues her throughout the film, and he rebuilds his wax museum with the help of the art critique guy, because although they thought he was dead, there he is, large as life, but he's wheelchair bound, so he survived the fire, and starting up his wax museum with 2 apprentices. And they are there to help him rebuild his house of wax. But this time it's with a difference. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. You need to watch it and find out, because that's all the synopsis I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about the characters. Obviously, Vincent Price's character is absolutely wonderful, absolutely fantastic. He plays the role amazingly. The other characters, the main sort of female lead, she's really cool. Vincent Price takes a liking to her because she looks like the Antoinette wax model that he built, that had melted. And her boyfriend, his name is Scott, I believe, and he's also a sculptor, but he does statues. But Vincent Price sort of recruits him into his workings, and people die, and bodies go missing. And when they go to the wax museum, some of them resemble people that have gone missing. But the characters are really cool and really strong. There's a couple of police officers that, yeah, they're more generic-y. They don't really play their role. They're just playing it as a police officer. You know, it's not like a major role or with any personality. Unlike our female lead and Vincent Price and the 2 apprentice, they're pretty cool too. One of them is mute and can't talk, and the other one is sort of like this drunk criminal in disguise. And they're really cool, amazing characters. So let's go to my final verdict. This is an amazing watch. I'm going to score it a 9 out of 10. I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I'll tell you why in a minute. But it gets a 9 out of 10 because the film is fantastic and the story is amazing. And it's extremely well made. But that leads to the dropping of point, because it would have been a 10. And it loses points solely for they've put on this edition the 3D edition. So you can watch it in 2D, but then it's slightly blurred. So the picture is quite blurred at times, but that's because this was made through multiple lenses to make it 3D. So if you watch it in 2D, it makes it blurred slightly, and that is a little bit off-putting, but which is a shame. If you do have a 3D TV and a 3D Blu-ray player, you can watch this in 3D mode. I think they should have done old school with this and included the 3D glasses in here. That would have been really cool, but they didn't. They've given you the 2D version and the 3D, and the 2D version comes out blurred, which is why it's dropped a point. But it doesn't take it away from the film or the story. It's a really, really cool film, and it's a great addition to have in my collection. Really, really cool. House of Wax, 9 out of 10. Any guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below. I think this needs a remastering. I think it could do with someone like 88 Film picking it up and taking away the 3D elements and making it into a restored 2K or even 4K edition with a bit more sharper picture to get rid of that blurriness. It's not all blurry all the time, but it's noticeable. But in some areas, and in some areas it looks nice. But yeah, that's the only negative thing about this edition, is that it does need a sort of remaster. But apart from that, it's fantastic. Guys, please check out some horror channels for me. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, Morris Design, Pizzawell. I'm Ice Lil, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Horror House, and The Maniac. And a massive shout out to my Vincent Price loving lad. Until next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.